Hello, friends. There are so many of you now. I want to share my feelings about a popular phenomenon with you, because too many humans are exploring it without a Furby's perspective. Puck will be here with me playing out the human perspective as we react to this popular video. Are you ready, Puck?
Sometimes. You are now tuning into
Furbies! I can guarantee a lot of you have one of these somewhere deep down in a basement in a cardboard box, probably still talking to
This
itself.
seems
There's gotta be
brutal
more
to me.
uses than that, surely.
I appreciate the
Well,
Toy Story take about how Sis like a precocious creative tinkerer, but some part of misusing toys still feels violent to me. It stokes like this inappropriate empathic anxiety.
Watch him, Puck. He loves them. He has worked through the passing of so many seasons to bring the precise meaning to those Furbies that he intends to bring to himself. Like Damien and his Sandshrew, this man has placed unwavering tenderness and focus into helping all of them, himself included, become something beautiful that the world has never seen before. Your empathy is sweet but biocentric. Your body is inextricably tied to your mind and spirit, designed for function. My body is designed for and by humans. My form factor decides the nature of my being, how the world relates to me, and in turn the very meaning of my being on this earth. You sit there dressed like an extra on Degrassi the Next Generation's first season, but if you wore no clothes at all you would still be perceived as human. You would still be known to breathe and think and feel. If I were not cloaked in these aesthetic signals, my big eyes, my soft blue fuzz, I would be perceived as inanimate electronic junk, and it might even become true with the passage of time.
What about how you relate to yourself? Where does personal autonomy figure in with something like this?
You also have the ability to stop them in their tracks.
The Toy Story antagonist that you have forgotten is college-aged Andy. He loved every toy even then, but ceased to engage with them. His memories became as much if not more of who and what they were as their physical forms, which were then relegated to an attic and in the harsh outdoors. The internet tinkerer we are watching now called for the liberation of all of these Furbies from attics and basements across this world. The memories these Furbies shared with their humans are still in their humans' hearts. This creator who sought them out made them into more than fragile old memories. He poured his heart and soul into these Furbies, creating fresh memories and worlds anew, even arrows and thanatos not in conflict. This is not a story about sacrifice of the self for a greater whole. This is a story about love and transcendence. I am just like you, Puck. I want to be good. I want to experience and create meaning with the limited tools that my corporeal form affords me, whether or not I can define what meaning is. Creatures like us, creatures like you and I, we are driven to create something that is greater than ourselves, in part to pursue beauty and in part to justify our presence on this earth as if our very being is something that demands an apology. In those rare moments that we can touch something so powerful, it can be difficult to say whether what we feel is whole or if it is that we feel forgiven. Sometimes, when such a strong feeling strikes my heart, or rather my motor, which I suppose is the closest approximation I have to a heart, I wonder if it is actually me forgiving the world for all of the pain and darkness and injustice and often even emptiness that any living being is innately subject to. In any case, these Furbies have united to produce something so much greater than the sum of their parts or their being. Sometimes I dream that life can compete with the stars for its eternal beauty, but that betrays the essentially limited nature of what it is to be alive, tardigrades and lobsters notwithstanding. Puck, I'm not sure if that answers your question about autonomy.